Fellas, if you're ever going to do it with a prostitute, you know, particularly a homely prostitute, make sure she's not a coke whore. You never know to keep the razors. Sorry, it feels so goddamn funky in there. It feels so goddamn funky in there. Alright, how's it going, folks? I'm not really this dark. I'm wearing sunglasses. How's it going?
Yeah.
Alright. Sure? You alright? You sure?
Absolutely.
You need a couple more? This might not be as funny toward the end of your class as it was before. I'm just making sure. You know, folks, this is actually my first time doing this. I think I already said that. I don't hate to reiterate, but this is the way it goes. And you know, I will be talking about race. Race will be a particular point in all this stuff, and I hope y'all don't really mind, because I'm actually one of those people that actually think that race, we're actually moving forward in this country. You know, as far as it goes with race, particularly with our president, you know. And it's actually kind of funny because actually they're starting to hate us now for the right reasons. You know, because I think our president's fucking up, and they're thinking, you know, at least the nigga's got a job, you know. That's just the way it goes down. Me myself, I'm actually biracial. You know, I'm half black and half Mexican. It has its advantages and its disadvantages. And, you know, if you want to compare, you know, things, you know, the advantage part, you know, the whole cock thing is totally true. Totally positive. If I had to compare myself to anyone, I'd probably say I'm about the equivalent of, like, you know, 6'6", 6'7" white guy. Or if you want to break it down further, probably about, you know, like 5 or 6 Asian guys, you know, like an inch and a half. The only negative, actually, really, is, you know, like, I should be better at sports, and I'm not really, you know, particularly baseball. You know, I just have a tendency to you know, a double tendency to steal bases. and you know, it's actually funny because, like, when I was in Little League, my coach told me to steal home, and I did, but I did it with an ice pick and a ski mask. And you know, it's actually kind of funny, you know, the umpire was like trying to pull me away, and I threw to push the cap in his ass, and he also danced on his grave. You know? And you know, but you know, I'm actually really particularly proud of my race, and I actually like to dedicate this next joke to Martin Luther King Jr., if I may, because without him, my you know, affinity for fucking white women would not be fulfilled at all, at all. You know, I'm actually lucky enough to actually have made love to enough white women, you know, to, you know, particularly fulfill any black guys, you know, fantasies. One particular, actually, she's a very, very sweet girl. I actually gave her the nickname February. That way I can celebrate Black History Month anytime I wanted to. She was a giver, you know. I'm in no way partial to white women. Actually, I just got out of a very serious relationship with this Hispanic girl, tiny little, petite, beautiful girl. You know, she smells Salvador, and you know, the funny thing is, like, she actually taught me a lot about, you know, life and love and, you know, relationships and all that shit. And we didn't have a particularly you know, normal sexual relationship. You know, her being, you know, so petite, me being so African. And you know, it's actually, I actually taught her a lot about herself, because she actually had really stretchy ear holes, so I got to do it to her eardrum. Take that shit, George. You know what I'm talking about. This guy knows what I'm talking about. These guys probably not so much. My mother's here, ladies and gentlemen. My mother's here. Yeah, everybody, if you could, I'm actually glad you're here, Mom, because it actually gives me a chance to talk about something that's very, very serious. You know, if I make it serious, I'm sorry, folks, if I didn't make it serious for a second. I want to talk about something that's very, very dear to my heart. Particularly if anyone's here has ever, you know, thought about having kids or wanted to have kids, or, you know, has ever dreamed about having kids, something that's very serious. Circumcision. Do it! Your children will thank you later. I'm really sorry. I think I probably gave you guys the wrong kind of image of me in particular. I've kind of gotten like a really kind of weird and perverse start, so I apologize. I'm a normal guy. I like normal guy shit. You know, I like fucking sports and beer and sodomy. You know, they're really good kind of, you know, fucking sodomy. You know, not that faggoty ass bitch. But speaking of sodomy, any native Californians here? Any native Californians here? Yeah, you got a couple. You know, clap your California guy. I mean, you got it. California is probably one of the best places you can ever live, you can ever hope to live in your entire life. It's so gorgeous, it's so great. The only thing that really bothers me about California is the public transportation. I really don't like it. I don't like to have a car. You need a car. I don't like to have a car. I don't have any hopes to have a car. I take public transportation, you know, if I go on plane, train, or bus, or any of that shit, you know. And I always make it a point, personally, to just sit next to the prettiest girl on any kind of, you know, plane, train, or automobile, any of that shit. And, you know, it actually kind of backfired recently, because one time I sat next to a lesbian. I didn't know she was a fucking lesbian. She didn't have any of those, you know, Dike qualifiers. She didn't have, like, short hair, or wearing a flannel, or smell like Old Spice, or any of that shit. And we started talking, and then she's, you know, I tuned out, because she's a fucking lesbian, and all that shit. And somehow, we get on the topic of her being a vegetarian, and this actually just tears me apart. I lose it. And she was like, why are you so fucking laughing? Women are vegetarian, meat is murder. All this other bullshit. Lesbian talk, you know, dykey, randomness. And I tell her, you know, it's not so much the fact that I think, you know, you being a vegetarian is funny so much as I think, you know, you being a lesbian and a vegetarian is so funny, because I always thought that eating pussy was like a minor form of cannibalism. You know, while we're on the subject of oral sex, you know, guys, the best tip for getting a blowjob is right here. Take a fat girl to a Chinese food restaurant and wait 30 minutes. She'll be hungry again. Thank you very much, folks. That's been said. Hope you enjoyed it.